Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to my review of the UtechSmart Venus MMO gaming mouse. And again, I would like to extend a huge thank you to UtechSmart as a company for sending me this mouse as a review. So I'm going to link all of their products in the description of this video. But I've already done an unboxing and features overview video. So if you want to learn more about the individual features instead of just overall holistically what I think about the mouse, then you should watch the unboxing video first. I'm running some Elder Scrolls Online gameplay in the background, which is primarily what I've been using this mouse to play, and this mouse is a perfect fit for the Elder Scrolls Online. While playing the Elder Scrolls Online, instead of using my Razer or Weaver keypad, which I do for most of my other games, I've been using my regular Cherry MX Blue keyboard because I find it useful and handy to be able to type messages and chat really quickly. So I've been using the mouse to queue up some commands and program macros. If I wanted to cast Empowering Chains as soon as I hit Searing Strike, then I can press just one button, and as soon as the Searing Strike cooldown begins, I can cast Empowering Chains. So that functionality leads to a lot of tactical advantages on the battlefield, and as I get more familiar with my character and really get deep into my character build and learn about my character playstyle, then I figure to be able to use the mouse a lot better to suit my character's playstyle. So there's a lot more features that this mouse has that I haven't really been able to take advantage of. So I think for most gamers, this mouse will have a lot more features than you'll have use for them. So features wise, this mouse gets an A+. I can't think of anything this mouse really can't do that a gamer would require a mouse to be able to do. Build quality wise, this mouse is also exceptional. The finish has a really nice matte touch to it, and it doesn't feel cheap and plasticky like even some other high-end mice can feel like sometimes. A lot of people are going to like this ring finger rest area, which I certainly do. I like to be able to claw grip my mice and be really pixel precise. But this click wheel, I've already talked about in my preliminary features section. It is really not as responsive between clicks, so it's not really super tactile. I can feel each individual clicking section, but it is really not as tight as I would like it to be. I know some mice have the option to just completely unlock the wheel and just like go ham with how loose the wheel is, but this mice doesn't really have clear sections in between clicks, so that is one call it like minor inconvenience, if you will. Clicking with this mouse is extremely comfortable, and even though the clicks aren't as light as some of the high-end FPS mice clicks are going to be, they are very tactile and responsive. The mouse feet are Teflon coated, so you can easily glide across any surface you present to it, but you will perform a lot better on harder surfaces because it's a laser as opposed to an optical sensor. So if you have a preference for Razer mouse pads, you should get speed editions as opposed to control editions. Moving on, this mouse is extremely customizable to user preferences. You can change the color of the lighting, you can change whatever all of the side buttons and the main buttons do, you can change DPI settings, and this is a feature that's usually reserved for higher end mice at higher price points, but you can also change out how heavy it is by switching out the weight tuning cartridges. If I can manage to open it, bear with me, this might take a few seconds. Okay, so that took a little bit more effort to remove than I anticipated, so I had to dock a few points off on this mouse's final score for the difficulty to remove the weight tuning cartridges, but this is a feature usually reserved for mice at much higher price points, the ability to add or remove weights to tune the mouse to your personal weight preferences as to whether you want a light mouse or a heavy mouse. So in terms of talking about the mouse's build quality and all the features, I think I've covered all there really is to cover. If you want a more in-depth look at all the individual features and how everything is set up, you should watch my unboxing video. But my final take on this mouse is that I have not seen a mouse on the market that delivers more features and a better build quality at this price point. The tracking is fantastic, the customizability, I mean, I can never really reach the limits of what this mouse can do. This mouse is so much more capable than what the average gamer can accomplish, so you will not get a performance bottleneck based on this mouse's performance. I do think that one minor negative about this mouse is that the software that comes with it could have a more user-friendly interface, and it could have more advanced features like the ability to run in the system tray as soon as you start up your PC. This mouse does remember the last profile that you set up with it to use with the software, but running the software in the system tray could be easier. I think it could be a lot more easier to set up macros. I think the software is a lot better than the much hated Razer Synapse to use for different type of mice and keyboards, but I do think that the software could be improved upon. I think the weight tuning cartridges could be easier to put in and put out, and I think that the scroll wheel could be a little bit more clicky in between clicks, but I think this is more of a personal preference thing. Some people might like the looseness of the scroll wheel, but adjustable tactileness of the scroll wheel could be a feature that this company could look into in upgrading future versions of this mouse. But I think, again, this mouse is exceptional value, and I highly recommend this mouse to anyone looking for an MMO mouse to purchase. Thank you very much to UtechSmart for giving me the opportunity to look at this review. My name is David, and I will see you next video.